Hey there, welcome. So, what if I told you that you could make a complete YouTube video? I'm talking script, voiceover, the whole shebang, with just one single click. Yeah, it sounds pretty wild, right? Well, that's the exact promise we're going to unpack today. A method that says you can just skip all the hard parts of making content. And, this quote right here, it's from the video that got us looking into all this. And man, it just cuts right to the chase. The excuses are over. I mean, wow, that's a huge claim, right? It's aimed squarely at anyone out there who's ever thought, making a video is just too much work. So the big question is, how on earth does it actually work? Okay, so here's the game plan for this explainer. First, we'll look at that one-click promise. Then, I'll introduce you to the tool they're using, Google's Notebooklm. After that, we'll walk through the whole automation process. Then, we'll get real and compare the promise versus the reality. We'll also look at the business side of things, and finally, we'll wrap it all up with the big takeaway.
All right, Section 1, the one-click video promise. So let's really dig into this, right? The whole idea is to tackle those huge roadblocks. The things that make people give up on their YouTube dreams before they even start.
And what are those hurdles? Well, pretty much everything. We're talking about the agony of script writing, finding the right voiceover, the endless hours of video editing, not to mention shelling out cash for expensive software like ChatGPT or ElevenLabs. This whole method is basically positioned as the ultimate cheat code for content creation. Okay, so what's the magic ingredient here? What's the secret weapon powering this whole one-click promise? Well, the source video points to one specific tool from a pretty big name. And get this, it's not some sketchy third-party app. We're talking about Notebooklm, which is an official tool from Google. Yeah, that Google. It's designed to be an AI assistant that helps you research and write, and its whole purpose is to take source material you give it and help you transform it. This is a big deal because it makes the whole thing feel way more legit. All right, let's get to the good part, how it actually works. The video we're looking at lays out a process that honestly seems almost too simple. We're talking about going from just a link to a full video in just a few steps. And here they are, just 4 steps. Seriously. You grab a link to a YouTube video, you paste it into Notebooklm, then you just select the video overview option, pick whatever language you want the new video to be in, and you hit generate. I know, it sounds a little too good to be true, right? But that's the whole point. That incredible simplicity is exactly what makes this so appealing.
But here's where it gets really interesting. The real superpower of this thing, at least according to the source, is translation. Imagine taking one video, let's say it's in Urdu, and with a click, you've got versions in English, Spanish, Russian, you name it. Suddenly, you're not just running one channel, you could be running dozens of channels in different languages, all from that one original video. It's a game changer for reaching a global audience.
Okay, let's pause for a second. A single click for a perfect, ready-to-go YouTube video? It sounds amazing, but is that really what you get? This is where we need to kind of peel back the layers and see what's actually going on. And this is where we hit the big difference between the promise and the reality. The promise is this fully automated, hands-off video, but the reality, which even the source video admits, is a bit different. What you get is a fantastic, professional-sounding AI audio track. They call it Next Level. But the video, it's pretty basic. You're probably going to have to jump into an editor like CapCut to do some manual work to get it looking good. So now we get to the final piece of the puzzle, money. How much does all this cost? I mean, how do you go from just messing around with this to actually building a business on it? Well, here's the first hurdle. If you're using the free plan, you're pretty limited. The source says you can probably only pump out 1, maybe 2 videos a day. And look, if you're trying to run a bunch of channels, that's just not going to cut it. So you're thinking, okay, what about going unlimited? Well, according to the source video, the official way to do that is to get Google's big top-tier plan, which they call the Ultra package. And the price tag for that? Around $400. Yeah, for most people, that's a pretty serious chunk of change and a huge barrier to entry. But, and this is a big but, then comes the sales pitch. The creator of the video offers a workaround. They say they can get you the exact same package for just 2,300 Indian rupees. Now that's less than $30 US. And right there, you see the business model plain as day. Show you a problem with a really high price tag, and then swoop in with your own much cheaper solution. So we've looked at the big promise, we've walked through the process, and we've talked about the price.
So what's the final takeaway? What should you really think about this whole thing?
Okay, let's break it down. At the end of the day, this method is not a magic one-click video creator. It's just not. What it is, though, is a super powerful tool for repurposing content. It's fantastic for generating those professional translated AI voiceovers we talked about. And it's an absolutely brilliant way to get a head start on creating channels in multiple languages. But it's a starting point, not the finish line.
And that really leaves us with one big question, doesn't it? Is this the future of content creation, a world where anyone can instantly reach a global audience? Or is it just a really clever shortcut that still needs that human touch, that creativity to make something that's actually, great? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for tuning in.